Hello everyone, and welcome to today's lesson with me, Sarah. I am so happy to see you here, ready to improve your English and practice together. Today, we are going to talk about something very important if you want to become confident and fluent: how to think in English. Many learners can read in English. Many learners can understand when someone speaks slowly. And many learners can even write short texts in English. But when it is time to speak, they stop. They translate in their head. They think in their first language. Then they try to change the words into English. This makes speaking slow, difficult, and stressful. That is why today's lesson will help you step by step to train your brain to think directly in English, without translation. Before we start, I want to tell you something very important. Learning English is not about perfection. It is about progress. Every time you practice, every time you listen, every time you speak, you are training your brain. Just like exercise at the gym makes your muscles stronger, practicing English makes your brain faster and stronger with the language. And one of the best exercises is slow English speaking practice. Speaking slowly gives you time to choose the right words, to feel comfortable, and to practice thinking in English without pressure. So, what does it mean to think in English? Let's imagine this. You wake up in the morning and you want to drink water. In your first language, maybe you think, I want water. Then, you translate, I want water. Je veux de l'eau. Quiero agua, depending on your native language. Finally, you say it in English. This process is long. It wastes time, and sometimes you lose confidence because you forget words. But when you train to think directly in English, your brain will say, I want water immediately, without translation. This is the secret of fluency. Many learners believe that this skill is difficult or impossible, but I want you to know, it is possible for everyone. Children do not translate when they learn their first language. They connect words directly with ideas, objects, and feelings. You can do the same in English, step by step, with practice. And today, I will guide you with methods that are simple, slow, and easy to follow. Why do we focus on slow English speaking practice? Because when you speak too fast, your brain feels stressed. You make more mistakes, and you return to your first language for help. But if you slow down, you give yourself time to think in English. You create a calm space in your mind where English can grow. Speaking slowly also helps your pronunciation because you say each word clearly. It helps your memory because your brain has time to organize the information. And most importantly, it builds confidence, because you feel in control of your words. In this lesson, we will combine two goals. Think in English. Train your brain to stop translating. Practice slow English speaking. Build confidence and fluency. I will share with you simple strategies that you can practice every day, even if you are alone, even if you don't have a teacher, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country. For example, you can describe what you see around you in English. You can talk to yourself in English about your plans. You can listen to slow English and repeat the sentences. These small actions, if you do them daily, will completely change the way you use English. Another important point is patience. Many learners want to speak fast immediately. They want to sound like a native speaker today. But learning English is a journey, not a race. If you try to run too fast, you will fall. If you walk slowly, step by step, you will arrive at your destination stronger and more confident. Slow English is not a weakness. It is a method to become natural. Fluency is not speaking fast. Fluency is speaking easily, with comfort, without stopping too much. And slow practice will give you that fluency. Throughout this video, I encourage you to participate. Do not only listen, speak with me. Repeat the sentences. Pause the video and answer the questions I ask. Talk about your day in English while you are listening. Remember, English is not something you only study. It is something you live. The more you use it in real life, the more natural it becomes in your thoughts. So let us begin this journey together. In the next parts, we will practice methods to think in English step by step. We will practice slow English speaking exercises to help you train your brain. And we will see how you can use these methods in your daily life, at home, at school, at work, or even while traveling. By the end of this lesson, you will not only understand English better, but you will also feel more confident speaking it, because your brain will be ready to think directly in English. Take a deep breath, relax, and let's start our practice. Are you ready? Let's go. Part 1. Why thinking in English changes everything. Hello everyone, this is Sarah, and welcome to this special practice session. Today, we are going to talk about something very important. Learning to think in English. Many learners spend years studying grammar, vocabulary, and listening exercises, but they still feel blocked when it is time to speak. Why? Because they are still translating from their native language into English. This translation process creates a big delay, and it makes you feel nervous and insecure. To speak slowly and clearly in English, you must learn to think directly in English, without translating. Now let me explain why this is so important. When you translate, your brain is doing two jobs at the same time. First, it understands the idea in your language. Then, it searches for the English words. This makes you speak slowly, but not in a confident way. It creates pauses, stress, and sometimes you forget words. But when you think directly in English, everything becomes more natural. You don't have to go back and forth between two languages. You just focus on one. So, how do we start? The first step is very simple. Practice with everyday objects. Look around your room right now. Maybe you see a chair, a table, a phone, a cup of coffee. Try to name these objects in English. Do not translate them from your language. Just say the words directly in English. Chair, table, phone, coffee. When you do this every day, your brain starts building direct connections between objects and English words. Another exercise is to describe what you are doing. For example, when you are cooking, say, I am cutting the onion. I am boiling the water. I am mixing the vegetables. These simple sentences, spoken slowly, will train your brain to stay in English. At first, it feels strange, but with time, it becomes natural. You will no longer say the sentence in your language first, and then look for the English version. Instead, you will think directly in English. Now, let's connect this with slow speaking practice. Many learners believe they must speak very fast to sound fluent. This is not true. Speaking slowly is powerful. When you speak slowly, you control your sentences. You give your brain time to think in English. You give yourself time to find the right words. And most importantly, people understand you better. Fluency is not about speed. Fluency is about clarity, confidence, and connection. Here is an exercise you can try. Take a simple sentence like, I like reading books in the evening. Say it slowly. Focus on every word. Feel the rhythm of the sentence. Repeat it 3 or 4 times. Do not rush. When you speak slowly, you can hear your pronunciation more clearly. You also give your brain a moment to think about the next sentence. Another tip is to use mental pictures. For example, if you say, I am walking in the park, imagine yourself in the park. See the trees, hear the birds, feel the fresh air. By connecting English with images and feelings, you make the language part of your natural thinking. Remember, practice does not mean perfection. Practice means progress. Thinking in English and speaking slowly are habits. You must practice them every day, even for 5 minutes. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. One day, you will realize that you are no longer translating in your head. You are simply living in English. So, in this first part, we have learned 3 important things. Thinking in English is faster and more natural than translating. You can train your brain with simple daily exercises like naming objects or describing actions. Slow speaking gives you confidence and clarity, and it helps your brain stay in English. In the next part, we will go deeper. I will guide you through practical exercises and mini conversations that you can use every day to train your brain to think in English naturally. We will practice together, step by step, so stay with me. Part 2. Slow English Speaking Practice, 800 Words. Now, let's move to the second part of this lesson, Slow English Speaking Practice. Many learners understand English when they listen or read, but they face problems when it is time to speak. The reason is often speed. People try to speak too fast, and they feel pressure to sound like a native. But the truth is, speaking slowly is the best way to improve. When you speak slowly, 3 good things happen. You give your brain more time to think in English. You make fewer mistakes because you focus on the words. Other people can understand you better. Think about it. If you rush, you make mistakes and you feel nervous. But if you speak calmly, 1 sentence at a time, you feel more confident. Speaking slowly does not mean you are weak in English. It means you are clear, confident, and in control. Even many great speakers use a slow rhythm to give strong messages. Practical tip 1. Use pauses. When you speak English, do not be afraid of silence. A short pause between sentences makes your English sound natural. For example, you can say, I work in a hospital. Pause. My job is very busy. Pause. But I enjoy helping people. This simple rhythm gives power to your words. Practical tip 2. Speak in chunks. Do not try to say one long sentence. Instead, break your sentence into small pieces. For example, instead of saying quickly, I live in London and I work in a big company where I manage many projects. Say it like this. I live in London. Pause. I work in a big company. Pause. I manage many projects. This way, your brain feels more comfortable and your listener can follow you. Practical tip 3. Repeat out loud. Choose a short text in English. Read it slowly, then repeat it out loud, again and again. Do not focus on speed, focus on clarity. For example, read, Today is a sunny day. I am going to the park. I want to relax. Read it slowly 5 times. This repetition trains your mouth and your brain to connect. Practical tip 4. Record your voice. One of the best ways to improve is to record yourself. Speak slowly about any topic, like your job, your hobbies, or your day. Then, listen to the recording. You will hear your mistakes, but you will also hear your progress. Many learners feel shy about recording, but it is a powerful tool. Practical tip 5. Daily practice in real life. Try to use slow English speaking in daily life. For example, when you go to a shop, say, Hello, I would like some bread, please. When you meet a friend online, say, Hi, how are you today? Simple sentences, said slowly and clearly, are real practice. Motivation for learners. Remember, fluency is not about speed. Fluency is about flow. If your words move smoothly, people will understand you. So, do not push yourself to speak like a native fast speaker. Instead, practice being calm, clear, and slow. Let's practice together now. I will say a sentence slowly, and I want you to repeat after me. I am learning English. I can speak slowly and clearly. Step by step, I will improve. Did you repeat after me? Great job. Final encouragement. Every day, take 5 minutes to practice slow English speaking. Even if you are busy, 5 minutes is possible. Stand in front of a mirror or sit at your desk and talk about your day in slow English. Step by step, your brain will connect English thoughts with English words. If you combine this practice with the habit of thinking in English, your progress will be amazing. You will feel less stress, more confidence, and more joy in your English journey. So be patient with yourself, enjoy the process, and remember, think in English, speak slowly, and grow every day. We have come to the end of our journey together in this video. I want to take a moment to reflect with you and to celebrate the progress you have already made. Thinking in English and practicing slow speaking may seem simple, but in reality, they are powerful steps that change the way your brain connects with the language. When you think in English, even about very small things, you are building a natural bridge between your thoughts and your words. You no longer need to translate in your head all the time, and this makes speaking easier, faster, and more confident. Remember, speaking slowly is not a weakness. Speaking slowly shows clarity, confidence, and control. It gives you time to choose the right words and to avoid unnecessary mistakes. Many great speakers and leaders in the world use slow and clear speaking. If you want to communicate well in English, practicing slow speech is one of the best habits you can develop. Now, let's review the most important points from today's practice. First, we learned that thinking in English starts with small steps. Use English words when you look at things around you. For example, when you see a chair, say chair in your mind. When you drink water, say, I am drinking water, silently in English. These small practices help you to think naturally in English without translation. Second, we practiced building short sentences in English in your mind, especially about your daily activities. When you go to the market, when you prepare food, or when you use your phone, try to describe these actions in English slowly and clearly. Third, we saw how slow speaking makes your English sound stronger and more confident. You do not need to rush. Take your time, breathe, and let the words flow naturally. The most important message I want you to remember is this. Learning English is not about being perfect. Learning English is about communicating and connecting. If you make mistakes, that is completely normal. Every mistake is proof that you are learning. The more you practice, the more confident and fluent you will become. Thinking in English every day and speaking slowly is a practice that will make your English stronger step by step. I also want you to know that you are not alone in this journey. Thousands of learners around the world are practicing English with me, just like you. We are building a community where people can learn, practice, and support each other. And this is where you can take the next step with me. If you enjoyed this video and you want to continue learning with me, here is what you can do right now. Subscribe to my channel so you never miss the next lesson. Like this video if you found the practice useful. Comment below with the words, I am thinking in English, to show that you are part of this journey. Share this video with a friend who is also learning English. Together, you can motivate each other and practice every day. Learning English is like growing a plant. If you give it water every day, it becomes stronger. If you practice a little every day, thinking in English, speaking slowly, and repeating simple sentences, you will see results. Your English will grow, your confidence will grow, and your voice will become more natural. So my final message to you is this. Believe in yourself. You can do this. Every day, practice small steps. Think in English. Speak slowly. And you will see your English transform. Thank you so much for joining me in this lesson. I am very proud of you for staying until the end of this video. That shows your motivation and your commitment. I can't wait to see your progress, and I am excited to read your comments below. Take care, keep practicing. Goodbye from now.